Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. I appreciate you being here. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us that very first time, welcome. It's good to have you. And our topic for you today is how do you create member loyalty and retention? How do you create member loyalty and retention? This is one of the top concerns that gym owners acknowledged during a recent survey that was conducted by Club Industry Magazine and Club OS. But before we get into our topic, just a quick reminder to all that my focus, my mission, here in the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to, subscribe to the channel, when you choose to like the videos, when you choose to, offer comments, and we appreciate your comments. We enjoy hearing from you. And then when you choose to share the information. So with that said, if you've not yet subscribed, now would be a great time to hit that subscribe button. And if you've already done that, thank you. We appreciate that. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And one of the links I'd point you to is check out the email newsletter. We send out on a regular basis information on how to grow and how to develop your business and really how to take your business that next level. And in addition to that, we are offering a complimentary 45-minute strategy session to talk about your business on ways that we can help take you to that next level. So be sure to check that out. We look forward to chatting with you all soon. And with all that said and done, let's get into our topic here of how to create member loyalty and retention. And one of the big things here is what we're looking for is that member experience. Okay, we want to give super service. We want to give the customer more than they ever bargained for, more than they ever thought they were going to get. So I want to give you some things to think about, because if you can get this really fine-tuned, this can make a dramatic impact on your business. A quick little note, the clubs that I talk to, I see retention, or actually attrition at 3, 4, 5, 6% a month. And if you think about it, if your attrition is 4% a month, you're losing about half your member base every year. And so a lot of times, what we're signing up is just kind of replacing what we lost. There's no real gain and maybe even losing some ground in some cases. So, the better we get at this, you can improve your business without any new members in most cases. So number one on my list, implement a customer loyalty program. Have a member loyalty program. Do we have a loyalty program? I know one of my favorite loyalty programs is I like to celebrate anniversary dates with members. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. We're going to celebrate those anniversary dates. Too often, we spend our time, celebrating those new members that join. But celebrate membership anniversary dates. Celebrate member usage. Have contests based on member usage. But, consider implementing a member loyalty program. People that have been with you for a long time, let's don't ignore them. I remember one time I was doing a turnaround at a club and I was on site and we were in there doing it and everybody knew what was happening. And I overheard one of the members talking about, all they care about is new members. I've been here for X number of years and no one even cares about me. And I happened to overhear that and I thought, it's probably right, okay? And we need to do a better job of, showing our loyalty to our customers. You hear it on the airlines all the time, right? When you're flying, they always say, hey, we know you have other choices when you fly. We appreciate you flying with us. So your customers do have other choices. So let's have a nice loyalty program for them. Number two, create a community for your members. Create a community. Now, here's what I mean by this. A lot of folks think they have a community, okay? But really what they have is customers, okay? And a customer, you want to sell something to, okay? In a community, you're really not trying to do that. Get to know your members. Get to know the people using your gym. And commit, from a community standpoint, commit to serving them with no real expectation in return. Okay, you know their names, you know their hobbies, you know their kids, you know what they like, you know what they don't like. You greet them when they come in by name. Okay, but create this community. And a lot of clubs, when there's always something that we face in business. The ups and downs of things. Recession, inflation. There's disputes in the world, and there's things that happen. And the gyms that have that sense of community to them, they seem to do a little more steady along the way when that happens. Number 3, on how do you create member loyalty and retention, make your members stand out. Make your members stand out. For example, do we celebrate member success stories? Do we celebrate member success stories? Do you have a member of the month? Does that go out in your newsletter? Is it promoted inside the gym? I know a lot of clubs in years past, they'd have the wall of fame for all their folks. How about doing interviews? Doing live interviews. You can do Facebook, you can do YouTube. There's a lot of places you can do that. Interview your members, the ones that want to. Okay, for those that want to, get a press release out about them. I mean, the media will publish that. That'll get on in the paper. That'll get on websites. Other groups will pick it up. But make your members stand out. Celebrate the successes of your members. Sending out press releases is a great way to do that. Number 4, improve customer service. This one, I hope goes without saying. And whatever level that you're at, okay, how can we improve? What you always want to do here, you want to do it in sales, and you want to do it with member loyalty, and you want to do it with retention, is push the status quo. Don't just settle, for the status quo. And quite frankly, most folks don't give as good a service as they might think. And what I would suggest that you do, okay, is what are your monthly attrition percentages? Okay, if you've got attrition percentages that are 3, 4, 5, 6%, 3%, you're losing 36% a year. I think that's still a high number. There's a lot of clubs that do that. Okay, what if it's 4%? What if it's 5%? I know a lot of clubs that economically are successful at 5%. They're losing 60% of their members every year. That relates directly back to the member experience. Okay, and the member experience should be we're solving problems, providing solutions. We've become a destination location. We've kind of taken in the entertainment aspect of this a little bit, but improve that customer service. Start looking at how we can do that. Number 5, use segmentation to offer personalized support and offers. Use segmentation. Okay, and you should be able to set this up in CRMs, and I know a lot of clubs will do this in your email programs with like Constant Contact and MailChimp. When you're marketing, when you're sending out emails, it's segmentation. Based on what they're looking for. Maybe it's based on age, it's based on sex, it's based on what they're participating in. Whatever that might be. Okay, but use segmentation to offer personalized support and offers. Okay, because one offer you might offer to one may not be there, for somebody else. Number 6, ask your members for honest feedback. Ask for honest feedback. Now, one of the things that I would suggest that you do, if you're going to ask for honest feedback, and it's the same thing with the reviews, online. If it's not what you want to hear, or it's not what you thought you were going to hear, the first thing I would suggest is just take a look at it and say, okay, is there a chance they're right? Because there's a tendency sometimes to kind of push back on that. Okay, it's kind of normal. But is there a chance that they're right? That's really the first thing I would suggest. But ask for honest feedback. Give me your feedback. What do you think? Okay, and don't take offense to it, okay, because if they're giving you honest feedback and if you can utilize it, they just help you make more money, as a gym owner or even as a salesperson. Number 7, show your expertise in the media. Show your expertise. And when I say in the media, this could be social media, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams, your LinkedIns. There's a host of them. Okay, here, YouTube's another good spot for that. Press releases, but show your expertise. What are you experts at? solving people's problems, providing solutions, helping them lose weight, helping them get their health back after, maybe some kind of an issue they've had. Okay, helping them get in the best shape of their life, complete their first marathon, whatever it might be. But you want to promote your expertise. This is what you want people to see. Because if you're not doing it, if you're not promoting your expertise, what is everyone going to see? They're going to see your competition's expertise. We want them to see yours. Okay. Number 8 on my list is implement the request of your members. Implement the request of your members. If the members are requesting something, implement it. But let me explain to you how I look at this. And I'll compare it to how I operate with gyms. Is, when I go in for a turnaround, typically a club that's, maybe not hitting their numbers or a little stagnant and they need to grow the business, is I will send out, I call it a get acquainted worksheet, to everybody on staff. And everyone fills out that get acquainted worksheet. It's a host of questions asking, really, I want to know how they think, what their thoughts are. What would they do if they were the owner? Okay. And I'll sit down and interview every single one of them. Okay. And what I'm looking for is, what are your thoughts? You've been here for a year or 2 years. Again, what would you do if you were the owner? What's working well, what's not? And what I make every attempt to do is to incorporate their ideas, their solutions as part of the plan to get this business back on track. Because I want them to know that their opinion counts, it matters, and we value it. Okay? Now it has to fit, right? We're just not going to do it to do it. But same thing with your members. Implement their request if it kind of fits that same criteria. Because the way I look for really reasons to say yes, and when I'm looking at a gym and kind of the management philosophy, like this might be kind of the straight and narrow we're going down, well, there's a lot of room in there. It doesn't have to be, just like this. We got a lot of room in there to do things. And if it fits, we're going to try to do it. We're going to give it a shot. Number 9, focus on your core customers, not just chasing new ones. Focus on your core members, not just chasing new ones. And I'll give you an example. We had a client that I had been out a couple times actually and done sales training with them. This is a pretty big organization, and they had really struggled, with sales, and they'd really struggled with generating new members and things like that. And so we'd done some on-site stuff and we'd done some remote stuff, and they really, took it to heart, really did a nice job. And the gentleman who runs it, he called me up one day. He goes, Jim, we'd like to have you come back out. We're having some challenges with retention. Our attrition numbers are getting a little bit too high. We need some help on how to fix it. And I said, okay, we can help you with that. And I said, walk me through this. What happens if you get a phone inquiry from a new customer or a new prospect? You get a phone inquiry that comes in and they want to lose weight and get in shape, and they book a time. They're going to come in at 6 o'clock tonight, and then they no-show. They don't come in at 6. What do you do? And he chuckles and he says, well, Jim, we do just exactly what you trained us to do. We call them and we get them in. I said, okay, good. That's what you want to do. I said, let me ask you this. You've got a customer that's been coming in on a regular basis, and now all of a sudden they're not. What do you do with them? And he goes, oh, I see what you mean. And when I talk about focus on core customers, not just chasing new ones. Yeah, you want to chase new ones, right? But focus on your core customers. And one of the things that I would suggest here is every day when you come in, every morning, whoever that opening person is, every morning when you come in, pull a member usage report. Pull a member usage report. And depending on your price points, if you're at the lower end of the price points, you're looking for folks that have used your gym, say 4 times or less the previous 30 days. If you're at the higher end of those price points, those numbers could go to 6, 7, 8 maybe, depending on kind of where you're at. But we're going to pull that member usage report every day, and based on our definition for that club, we're looking for folks that have become inactive, and we're going to call them. Okay, and we're going to try to get them back in, and we're going to keep calling them. And when I say keep calling them, we're not badgering them. We're nurturing. We're trying to maintain interest, maintain desire, help this person, to get back in. But, have those kind of processes. Focus on our core members, not simply chasing the new ones. 1 and 1A. They're both important. Okay, if you're signing them up like crazy, but there's a big old hole in the back end, it can be a little defeating sometimes. And then number 10, kind of close out with something simple, but help your members. Help them. Help them solve problems. Help them with solutions. Help them feel good about themselves. Help them have fun. Help them want to keep coming back. Let's serve them. Let's be a resource center for them. Let's be a servant, if you will, to our customers. We want this to be a place where they just love coming in. And man, I got in shape in the meantime. Okay, yeah, fitness is the big part of it, right? It's what we sell, but all these other things are equally as important as well. So our topic here, how do you create member loyalty and retention? Take a look at some of these things. We want to make sure we really tighten this up. Let's see if we can't get those attrition numbers down. If you don't know your attrition, find it out. Find it out. If you need help with that, reach out to me. We're offering a 45-minute free strategy call. Happy to talk with you about how to get those attrition numbers and maybe some additional strategies and additional things that you can do, even perhaps some staff training for you to help grow your staff. But with all that said, we'll kind of wrap it up here. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Help us reach more people across the globe. And again, to learn more about me, learn more about my company and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. Whether you're trying to expand an existing operation, trying to grow an existing operation, you're ready to start something new, you need sales training, whatever it is you need, check out those links. We can help you do it, and we'll look forward to seeing you all in that next video.